Welcome to this series, a Spiritual Rhythms series. Today we're going to be talking about Sabbath. My name is Aaron. I serve as the pastor at Christ Church Crossroads in Grayslake, and I look forward to these next several days as we discuss this spiritual rhythm of Sabbath. And where I'd like to begin is by reading Exodus 20. You'll know this as the Ten Commandments. Exodus 20, verses 9 through 11. And we read this: 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, your daughter, nor your male servant or your female servant, nor your animals, nor your foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. But he rested on the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. So Exodus speaks to the Sabbath, this fourth command, multiple times in the book, most notably here in Exodus 20 and then in 31, and then the restatement of the law in chapter 35. This commandment, though, of all the commandments, is the longest and most detailed. Likely it was one of the most difficult commands of God to follow. And although Sabbath is spoken about in Exodus multiple times, we're going to sort of back way out to the 10,000-foot view and get the bigger picture of what Sabbath is all about. Now, I imagine that for some of you, the idea of Sabbath might feel like there is absolutely no way my life will allow something like that. Some of you maybe have tried, likely failed. Others of you may successfully observe a Sabbath of some kind. Some of you who are retirees act like it's a Sabbath every day. And what I'm driving at is that there are a lot of thoughts and questions and perspectives and emotions that come up when we think of Sabbath. Most pastors won't even preach on the Sabbath because it is the only commandment that can and will be broken regularly, and the result is usually a promotion at work, including those of us who are in ministry. In his book, A Hidden Wholeness, Parker Palmer relates a story about farmers in the Midwest who would prepare for blizzards by tying a rope from the back door of the farmhouse to the barn as a guide to ensure they would return safely. These blizzards came quickly and fiercely and were highly dangerous. When their full force was blowing, a farmer could not see the end of his hand or her hand. If they lost grip of the rope, it could become impossible to find their way. Blizzards, metaphorically, begin in our lives when we say yes to too many things. Between family, work, and the many other demands, our lives fall somewhere between full and overflowing. We admire and look up to people who are able to accomplish so much in so little time. They are our role models. We battle life and time to make the most of every spare minute we have. We need a rope to lead us home, and God is offering us a rope to keep us from getting lost. This rope leads us to a place that is centered and rooted. One of those ropes is Sabbath, a day of rest. And there are so many misunderstandings and misinterpretations of this idea that I'd love to spend these devotional times clarifying this and perhaps providing a way forward. Sabbath is a right sizing of our lives towards God, a new way of being in the world, a reminder of our finitude, that we are limited, and that while God created the entire world in 6 days, he rested on the seventh day. Not because he had to, but because he was setting an example for his new creation. In fact, Adam, who was created on day 6, Adam and Eve, while likely chomping at the bit to accomplish what he had been created for, spent his first day on the planet in rest. I look forward to exploring more of Sabbath with you in the coming days.